It started with a crash, not a scandal, not a leak, not even a surprise photo drop. It was the sound of Hybe's stock chart punching the ceiling at 9 a.m., a sudden spike that made traders jolt up from their coffee like someone had slapped a purple lightning bolt across their monitors. And all because of one word: BTS. Whispers started moving through offices, cafes, Discord groups, and group chats faster than caffeine could kick in. People were refreshing charts, analysts were adjusting forecasts, and fans were just sitting there like, wait, did the stock market just spoil a BTS comeback? Because Dowell Securities didn't just release a boring report. No, they dropped what felt like a prophecy. They declared that Hybe's price was about to rise. Not later, not next year, but starting this December, all because BTS is gearing up for a new album and a monster world tour launching at the end of April. Then they casually set a target price of 420,000 won, while Hybe's actual stock was sitting at 297,500 won, like, be so for real. But the analysts doubled down. They said, the tour schedule will most likely drop in January. The industry will feel the hype starting end of December, and that this comeback isn't just music, it's an economic event. Then Bloomberg walked in like, actually, it's 65 shows, possibly 70, with over 30 in North America. 30 North American stadiums, 30 armies in LA, New York, Chicago, Houston, Atlanta, Toronto, and every city with a stadium bigger than a shopping mall started unconsciously reaching for their wallets like it was a reflex. And Dowell Securities wasn't done shaking the planet. They explained that recent tours for big global artists usually end around 60 shows, meaning BTS is about to break that too. ATP, the average ticket price, is expected to hit $220. And honestly, considering J-Hope and Suga's solo shows already reached $198 and $218, this feels inevitable. And Asia, they said prices there will rise too, because the demand is insane everywhere now. But wait, the real plot twist wasn't even the concerts, it was the merch. Hybe apparently said, what if we go harder than ever? They're planning more merch types, pop-up stores even in non-concert cities, country-specific limited editions, and cheering sticks that will probably sell out before the website even loads. Analysts said BTS fans have higher purchasing power than any other fandom, which is the polite, business language way of saying armies are terrifying, they buy everything. But while the financial world was screaming into their spreadsheets, something entirely different was happening in the fandom world. BTS quietly took #1 in the Star Brand Reputation ranking for November. Even with the entire dataset shrinking this month, even with less online activity overall, BTS stood on top with a brand reputation index of 9.9 million. Above everyone. Above every group, every singer, every actor. Lim Young-woon came in second. Blackpink took third. But it was BTS, the 7 members, RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, Jungkook, who once again dominated media, communication, and community buzz. And fans knew why. Because recently, we saw them together again. Not just in edited fan posts, not in old clips, not in nostalgic compilations, but real, fresh, genuine updates. Photos in the studio. Messages on Weverse. Hints in their captions. The kind of subtle smiles that tell you something huge is brewing. The kind of photos that make everyone stare and go, is it happening? Is it really happening? And now all the pieces are clicking together. The stock surge, the analyst predictions, the brand reputation rankings, the studio picks, the whispers, the energy. This isn't random. This is the warm, humming electricity that fills the air right before a storm. Right before the lights go down in a stadium. Right before 7 silhouettes rise up on a stage that's been waiting for them for years. BTS isn't just returning. They're stepping back into a world that's been holding its breath. A world that's been waiting quietly and loudly at the same time. A new album, a world tour. Up to 70 shows. A fandom ready to set records the moment tickets drop. And a market literally reacting like it's witnessing history. Because it is. This isn't just anticipation. This is the start of the biggest comeback of the decade. And we're all standing right at its edge, watching the first sparks catch fire.